Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if it is your first time. I am Samantha, and today I kind of want to just vent because I got some things on my chest, y'all. Like I do, I really do. So, I wanted to touch on that isolation season, and many may be in isolation right now. A lot of y'all might be in y'all wilderness season like I am, and um yeah, I want to speak on that, okay? So, I really didn't like make any plans or any preparations as to, this video and stuff. I'm just kind of letting it all out, okay? And if y'all hear my smoke alarm in the background, please disregard that, okay? Please disregard it. Okay. But yeah. So, I want to speak about that wilderness season, that season of isolation. Like, it has its pros and its cons. So, let's get the bad out the way, okay? So, um isolation for me, for the most part, has been very lonely. And of course, that's the point of isolation, so that you can be alone and um, have that, opportunity to just grow and expand with God and learn, learn more about God and, build your relationship with Christ. But, I'm a person that has always just been kind of used to being like on the go all the time. So, when God called me to well, first of all, when God called me out of the relationship that I was in, um, I was like, okay, like that's cool because I've like been out of this relationship. So, okay, like I can do that. But I didn't know and I wasn't expecting, for that season of isolation to be in that wilderness season. And um it has been good. Don't get me wrong. It has been good. But the only part about it is it's so like lonely. And granted, I know I'm not alone because I know that God is with me because he never leaves us nor forsakes us. So I know I'm not alone. But when you're so used to like being around people and stuff like that, it can kind of be lonely. And then on top of that, I have removed myself from social media as much as possible. Like I'll still get on social media here and there to kind of interact, but not like how I used to. And that's another topic I'm going to talk on another day, possibly today, because I don't have nothing else to do. My baby is taking a nap, so I'm going to ramble and talk, okay? So yeah, but the isolation, you just in that isolation, you're just so eager and just so ready, like God, like what? Like I know I'm in isolation. Yes, I'm learning and I'm growing and you're pruning me, but like what's next? Like what are you about to do? Like like you feel like a kid that's just waiting for Christmas to come for you to open up presents. Like you just want to know what's under the tree. And that's like where I'm at right now. I'm just like a kid. I feel like a kid on Christmas who, like you're seeing the presents under the tree, aka you're receiving the promises from God, and you know that that day is coming where you will be able to receive your promises and live in your promises and whatnot. And you're just like itching to just know what God has in store for you. You're itching to know what that present is under the why can I get my words out? You're itching to know what that present is under the tree. Okay, there we go. I had to slow it down. But yeah, so that's where I'm at in this isolation season, and it's just like when you know and you feel it in your spirit, like you just know that like it's in almost in arm's reach, like you can almost reach it and touch it, like you just know that in your spirit. And that's just like the point that I'm at now, and I know that I'm coming out of my wilderness because I'm so anxious to just know, because God is like slowly revealing like the promises that he has for me. And I'm just like, okay, but like when God, when, like, and I know sometimes God just probably be like, if my daughter would just be patient and just wait on me. But I am being patient, and I think that's where like the anxiousness and the, just ready to just kind of come out of this wilderness is like setting in. Like, y'all, I'm just I am ready to get out of this wilderness season. But the good thing about it is I love the intimacy that I get to experience with God. I love the fact that, when I feel down, or if I feel weary, or if I feel anxious, I can just go in my closet and come to God and just say, Father, I'm feeling a bit anxious. Today I'm feeling a bit weary. I'm not trying to be in doubt, because I know that, you are a God that will not lie, but I'm just like, feeling impatient today. And, by the time I open my mouth and pray and, come to God, he comforts me. Like, you feel his presence. It's literally like you could just feel him holding you in his arms. And then, of course, this wave of emotion come over you, and this peace comes over you. And it's just like, okay, like, I feel okay now, because I know that in due season, I will reap everything. And it's just a matter of time, and it's still all a learning process. Perseverance is very important. You have to learn how to just be patient and wait throughout that season, and it can be very uncomfortable, it can be very lonely at times, but it's all for the glory of God. Like, if I was just constantly on the go and was like, hey God, like, I know you calling me to isolate and stuff like that, but I can't do that right now. Like, I would not have been able to learn a lot of things that I have learned. I would not have been able to um understand the way that God communicates with me, and things that he tries to, lay in front of me. Like, if I was just constantly busy and not making that time to seek God, then I just wouldn't know. And I feel like that's why a lot of people don't know when God is talking to them, because truthfully, God is always talking to us, but we're just so busy and we're not able to hear his voice. And when people think of like hearing his voice, they automatically think that, okay, they're gonna just get this audible sound. And yes, for some, he do speak to them audibly, but for many, he doesn't. So you have to, you know, um, give yourself the opportunity to see how God speaks to you. And when I first started my walk, I was expecting to just hear a voice loud and clear. And that's just not what it was. I had to cut out everything that was distracting me, everything that was keeping me busy, um, and just really look at how God spoke to me. And a lot of time God speak to me through dreams. I get a lot of dreams, warning, confirmations and stuff like that through dreams. And then a lot of times it's through his word. And whenever he speaks to me through his word, it's like it literally pierces my heart. Like, tears just flow out of my eyes because your spirit just recognizes his voice. But if you are constantly busy and you're on the go and you have a lot going on in your life, you're not going to really know that it's God speaking to you. But that's, I just wanted to kind of speak on the whole wilderness season and just being anxious and the importance of being in the wilderness season, although it does not feel as good. But we know that all things work out for the good of those who love God. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on that. No special topic really. It was just on my mind because I'm like, God, like, I want to vent. But hey, I'm trying to build my channel and I want to engage with others that might be going through the same thing, and they can know that they're not alone, because I know that I'm not alone. So yeah, I wanted to touch on that. And we're going to get through our wilderness, okay? Um, for some, it might take a little longer. For some, it might be fast. And I just kind of refer to the Israelites. For them, it took longer because they kept looking back. They kept complaining and whining and, you know, not being obedient. So for some, it will take longer because maybe you're complaining. You're just like, God, this is uncomfortable. Like, why? Like, why did you call me to my wilderness? Like, you should have just left me in Egypt where I was at and being a slave, you know. So, I just try to reflect back on that whole story. And I don't want to be like the Israelites. I don't want to murmur and complain. I want to follow the voice of God and follow his instructions. And I think that's important too during isolation and during your wilderness to know the voice of God and know when he's instructing you for the next level. But if you're too busy focusing on your past and focusing on what you don't have and just focusing on other things, you're going to miss the instructions. You're going to miss what God is telling you for the next level. Or you're going to even miss the promises that he is giving to you. So, yeah, I just wanted to touch on that. But yeah, I pray that you guys get through your wilderness. It is not easy, but we can do all things through Jesus Christ that gives us the strength, okay? So you will get through it. I know how it feels. It's a struggle, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to enter into my promised land, okay? I cannot wait. But yeah, until then, y'all, I will see y'all in the next video. I love y'all, and Jesus loves you more. Take care.